Okay, so today, my Algebra 1 students, we covered some compound inequalities. In our compound inequalities, we covered were the inequalities with the word and. That can be written in a compact form, or compact just means pushed together. So if we look at this example here, this is a compound inequality. This is not written in compact form. It says x is less than 2 and x is greater than -1. So you have an open circle at 2, less than's going down, and then we have a closed circle at -1, greater's this way, and then it's contained between -1 and 2, and those are the two numbers you started with. So your graph should just be going between -1 and 2. Now we can write this in compact form also, and that's how they want you to write it on your homework tonight. To write it in compact form, we're going to put our variable in the center. Okay, and this says x is less than 2, so I'd just like to go ahead and write that down there. X is less than 2. Now we need to put this on the other side of the x because it's going to go in down here. So to do that, I have to flip everything around. So I bring my -1 over here, and because I'm flipping this to the other side of the x, I have to flip the inequality as well. So that should be flipped to this way. Okay, so it was greater than or equal to here when the -1's here, but I flip it around to the less than or equal to sign here. When it flips sides, it flips signs. So this is my compact inequality here. It means the exact same thing as up here. The graph is exactly the same, but you read it from the x position. This is x is less than 2, which again, that's less than. And then this reads x is greater than or equal to -1, which goes this way. So you have to read it from the right and from the left. And one key to know that you've done it right is your sign should be going in the same direction here. See how they're both pointing to the left? That tells you that you've done it right in the compound form. Okay. Over here, it's already written in compound form. And in this case, you have to solve by subtracting 2 from both sides. So in the end, they come up with x is greater than -3 and x is less than 1. Okay? And again, you read it from the x perspective. So that's x, and you read it this way, from right to left, greater than. So again, they have an open circle, and it goes greater than. That's x is less than 1. So again, open circle and left then. And then this is where, these are all the values that will work for both this inequality and this inequality. Okay? So again, we bring our x down. We have less than 1, so we'll put that here. And then to write this in compound form, x is already on the left side, and this is already going the right direction, so we can just put this in like this. All right, so that's just a recap of what we did today. Now, tomorrow, we are going to do what we call compound inequalities for or, which means it's one or the other. It's not between 2 points. It's beyond 2 points, okay? So if we look at these equations right here, they're actually quite simpler. This one says b is greater than 2. So we just graph that by itself. So it's greater than, there's no equals to, so we do the open circle, and then greater than would be this way. Then we look at this separately, or b can be less than or equal to -3. So let's see, solid circle because it's equals to, and then less than goes down, so that goes this way, and that's it. So it's either all the numbers above 2 or all the numbers -3 and below, and all your ors will look like they're going in opposite directions, or they'll all be going one direction. Okay, so let's look at another or. This says, and again, you got to, this one has the Q on the right hand side. I like all my variables on the left hand side. We're just used to reading them that way. So I usually take the time to switch that around. This says Q is less than or equal to 3. So I like to write it as Q is less than or equal to 3 so that the Q is on the left. It just makes more sense in my brain. So again, here's my 3, and it's going to be less than, so it's going down this way, right? this says Q is less than or equal to 1. So again, here it's going this way. This is going to overlap that, so it just is really kind of one arrow going the whole way. Okay, so it's all numbers 3 and below work for this scenario. Okay, let's try one more situation. We have, again, the y's are on both the left, so I'll keep them like that. We have y is less than or equal to -4, so solid circle, less than, or y is greater than 0, so open circle and greater than 0. So that means 1 will work for this situation, 2, 3, 0.1. The only ones that will not work for this situation are between 0, -1, -2, -3, and up to -4, so like -3.999. So basically your ors are going to look like they're going in opposite directions, or it's all going to go one way. So hopefully that will help you with our lesson tomorrow in class. Good night.